Of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Doris Burke. And we've got David Aldridge on the sideline. Eastern Conference battles always fun. This time it's the Cleveland Cavaliers intent on protecting home court.
Ready to go? Ready to go?
And the Pacers start off with the ball. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Young and Turner up front. Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. And it's Bogdanovic in at the small forward position. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line. It's going to be Bogdanovic shooting. That's on LeBron James.
Well, you look at the Pacers, one of the better teams in field goal percentage last season, but their overall offensive efficiency lagged behind. The problem, not enough threes and not enough free throws, and those extra points make a difference.
Well, the Pacers last season, Doris, top 5 in both free throw percentage and three-point percentage. Is the solution simply to get more of those shots?
Well, certainly couldn't hurt if those are areas of strength, but you wouldn't mind seeing some drive and kick, attack the paint, and create those open three-point looks.
Now, here's Calderon. It's taken away by Collison. And he lays that one in. Collison's got his first points of the game.
And how's that for a solo performance?
Well, you couldn't do it any better than that, Greg. Textbook execution on the break.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Young with the steal. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. Up the floor. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, how about the court awareness from Bogdanovic, showing off his ability to find the open man, Kev?
On the wing, Korver, guarded by Oladipo. Looking to end the run, and there's Korver on the assist by Calderon. Korver's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Oladipo, outside Turner. Back to Oladipo. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Tyronn Lue. Dave, what do you have to say?
Well, Kevin, when I asked him about the defensive game plan, he said they have to clog up the middle and deny clean looks at the basket. If they can do that, he thinks they'll have the upper hand. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And Turner kicks to Oladipo. Shot clock at 5. Shot off the pick. A second chance effort, and Turner with the lay-in.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
The drive by LeBron. And Love has it in the corner. Cavaliers working now with a fresh shot clock. And here's Korver from the arc. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Pacers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Turner dishes to Bogdanovic. Collison against Calderon. And Oladipo has it in the corner. Shoots over Korver. Oladipo, good.
And sometimes there's no defense good enough for Victor Oladipo, an incredible shooter even with a hand in his face.
Smith with a screen on Collison. Smith outside. The dish now to James. Love in the post. Turner covering over Young. James with the bucket.
That's terrific defense right there, but it didn't matter to LeBron James, who just drains it. He's a master of shrugging off the defense.
Now here's LeBron against Young. Turner with a screen for Young. And the rejection by Love.
Oh, terrific timing from Kevin Love to get the block, something he's worked hard to improve on.
Calderon passes to LeBron. Screen by Smith. Love with the screen for James. Calderon kicks to Smith from deep. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. Indiana leading by 6. Here's Collison. That shot off the mark. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Korver a screen on Bogdanovic. It's a pick by Love. The drive by Smith. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick.
You know, we think J.R. Smith is just a shooter, but make no mistake, he has no problem attacking the rim.
Young with the ball. Guarded now by Kevin Love.
Well, the league is finally catching up with Thaddeus Young. 6'8", 220 pounds. He was a small ball power forward before that was in vogue. Now he's kind of the perfect fit.
It's his first trip to the line. That free throw, no good.
You know, without a lot of shot blocking on the interior, the Cavs play a very conservative defensive style. A low rate of steals. They want to stay in front and prevent penetration.
He hits the second from the line.
You hear this consistently about Thaddeus Young. He's going to do whatever you ask of him. He'll start, he'll come off the bench, but he is going to impact the game.
Smith kicks to Love. Back to Smith. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Drains it from beyond the arc. Calderon's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And for the Cavs, some defensive regression from a top 10 defense in 2016 doors to a bottom 10 last year.
Yeah, it's hard to dispute the notion that their offense carried them. Now, some would attribute that to coasting in the regular season, but still, their aim was to win it all, and tough to do that if you don't defend at a high level.
The Pacers shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team, so you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
And the first one at the line is good.
And this Cavs payroll last season, I mean, the highest in NBA history, with luxury tax penalties in the tens of millions. And we saw some friction as they looked to control salary, and LeBron pushed them to add more talent.
And he makes both free throws. And the Cavaliers were able to add some key veteran help at the trade deadline.
Yeah, some key contributors they were able to get off of waivers as well. That's how the rich get richer. But with LeBron talking about the team being top heavy, they needed to add some depth.
And stolen by Bogdanovic. Plays it in off the breakaway. Bogdanovic has got 5.
Well, he's a guy that can adapt and adjust to any defense he's up against. It's really something to watch.
From 12 feet out, Smith, no luck.
Well, he carves out the space he needs, just the finish was not good.
Turner with the screen for Bogdanovic. Turner with the screen. Back to Bogdanovic. 6 to shoot. Over Love. Young's shot is off. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Calderon with it. Passes it to LeBron. Over Young. with the putback. And Oladipo pulls it down. The Pacers have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. And finished off by Oladipo.
We know Oladipo is one of the quickest guys in the game. He is devastating on the drive.
Now here's James. Screen by Smith. They set the pick. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Guys, how lucky are we that we watch LeBron James steadily climb the all-time scoring ranks, right? This guy last season, he passes the great Moses Malone and Shaquille O'Neal. Truly incredible.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shot.
And the first one drops. And LeBron, Doris, presently in the top 7 in career scoring. Do you think he can ever reach number 1?
Kevin, if this guy set out to be the leading scorer in NBA history, he has the physical abilities to do that. But this is a guy who wants to be defined as maybe the most complete player to ever play. He contributes with his scoring, with his passing, with his defense. He is one of the all-time greats.
And LeBron James last season playing in his 7th consecutive NBA Finals. Doris, a streak only surpassed by the great Bill Russell.
And for context, Kevin, remember in the 60s when Bill Russell played, the finals were just the second round. What LeBron is doing is so much harder. To think that in 12 postseasons he has been to the finals 8 times, nothing short of astounding.
Clearly a foul.
Cleveland shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Calderon. Doris, every team now is looking for bigs who can rebound, block shots, defend in the perimeter, and hit the face-up jump shot, which we've seen. But now they're moving outside. That's asking a lot of the versatility from that one position. So when you think of that, who fits the bill in your mind?
Well, the guy who was eye-popping in limited action was Mr. Joel Embiid. What a great personality and a diverse skill set on the offensive end. Anthony Davis and Karl Anthony Towns, both from the University of Kentucky, have the kind of skill set that I think makes them the prototypical next-generation NBA player. Those guys can step away, make three-point opportunities. Both can face up, put it on the deck, and go in either direction. Both can go with their back to the basket. I mean, what a luxury for those coaches to have a big man with those capabilities.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. James checked in for Nance. Smith comes in for Jeff Green. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Rodney Hood. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Jose Calderon. And the Pacers still looking for their first NBA title, but 3 titles, as we know, for the franchise in their ABA days.
How about in 9 seasons with the ABA, they made the finals 5 times. Now, granted, there were only about 10 teams in the league, but that's still pretty impressive.
That's good from Collison. And the Cavs, once again, looking to will their way, Doris, to a title. Every year, the competition seems to grow fiercer.
Yes, but they seem to be a team that thrives on adversity. Think back to 2016 when they overcome that 3-1 deficit. Last season, it was the largest second-half comeback in playoff history. There's no quit in these Cavaliers.
You know, if you guys remember a couple seasons back, the Pacers had one of the top 3 defenses in the league. Last season, it all fell apart.
Now here's Korver. They get the rebound over Collison. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Myles Turner.
Well, we know Korver doesn't go to the rim often, but boy, do you love how he accepted the punishment right there.
The Cavaliers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Doris, what happened to that Pacers defense?
Well, I think, one, you have to look at who they lost. George Hill and Jan Mahimi were both good players on the defensive end. And then you look to the switch in philosophy, from dropping their bigs to making them more switching. Sometimes it can take a team a while to adjust.
Both free throws good from Korver.
I think it's best to avoid putting this guy at the line if possible, but that's obviously easier said than done.
Oladipo against Korver. Oladipo, good.
Well, he just keeps rolling right now. What a terrific quarter for him on the offensive end.
The Cavaliers trail by 6. Inside. And that one good from Clarkson.
How good is King James at spreading the floor, involving everyone on the offensive end?
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
Well, you look at the Cavs offense, right? It's all about drive and kick. They put the ball into the hands of LeBron and space the floor with that shooting. It's a sort of pick your poison situation.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Nance comes in for Kevin Love. Rodney Hood subbed in for Kyle Korver. The Pacers also changing it up. Sabonis, he's checked in for Young. And Lance Stevenson subbed in for Bogdanovic. The drive by Collison. The shot, no good.
Yeah, coming off that screen, wide open, just can't convert.
And I think, Greg, that's exactly what you want. The screen was solid. The execution just fell a little bit short on the shot.
And the Cavs last season first in the league in catch and shoot three-pointers made.
Right, #1, Kevin, in corner threes, and that was by a big margin. They put the ball in the hands of their stars and then position shooters around those two.
And the Pacers with possession here. Sabonis kicks to Stevenson. Hits the three-point bomb. Stevenson's got his first 3 points of the game. The Cavaliers trail by 4. There's the pick. Clarkson dishes to Nance. Outside Hood. Clock at 6. Smith outside. Another 3 for Cleveland.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Here's Collison, and there it is for him. Collison's got 6.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Clarkson kicks to James. Unloads from 9, and again, J.R. Smith.
Well, you really like to see Smith go to work inside there, always looking to expand on his game.
It's Oladipo on the wing, covered by Hood. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Well, he's taking a lot of pressure off the other players right now with how well he's shooting it.
And last season, Victor Oladipo making big advances in his ability to shoot the 3.
Well, I thought Oladipo just played with a confidence that we hadn't seen before when he was taking perimeter shots. He seemed to trust his perimeter game more, and it helps when you have the green light.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Green's checked in. That's good from Oladipo. Doris, we're always talking about players developing their skill sets. What do you think is the hardest skill to develop as a broadcaster?
I think for me, the hardest skill to learn was to learn how to relax, to have fun, to not be anything but your most authentic self, because I think the viewer picks up on it if you're forcing things, if you're trying to be another broadcaster that perhaps you like to emulate. So I'd say that was the hardest thing.
I always say broadcasting a basketball game is like a running conversation between two people, because there's so much scoring, and the rhythm and the flow of the game just lend itself to that.
At its best, you're 100% correct.
Outside, Green. He dishes it to LeBron. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
Well, they've been playing some tough defense on him in this period, and it's starting to affect him. This guy's having trouble finding the target right now.
Here's Sabonis. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
And what I love about Oladipo, he does such a great job playing within the context of the offense. If you're open, he will find you.
There's the screen. Green, the screen. To stop the run, the drive by James. It's rebounded by Indiana. Turner's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Turner with a screen on Nance. Here's Collison. And too long on the shot. The Cavaliers trail by 8. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Nance a screen. Outside, Green. He's looking for LeBron and finds him. Over Turner, and James gets it to go. LeBron's got 6.
Just a high percentage look for LeBron. I mean, he's so good in the post.
Turner with the screen. Oladipo for 3. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Pacers out in front. They lead by 6. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And a chance to hear from LeBron James as he talked about the challenge of remaining calm and collected throughout the ups and downs of the NBA season.
For me, at a younger age, I was never even keel. We would win a playoff game when I was younger. I was excited out of my mind, and then you would lose, and I was the worst person in the world. But I think at this point in my career, I kind of stay even. One game shouldn't affect the next game. You know, you go out and play as hard as you can, live with the results.
Again, just another part of the maturation process for LeBron. He's become such the consummate pro.
He is absolutely as solid and steady as a rock at this point in his career. Nothing rattles him. Nothing throws him off his game.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
It has, Greg, no doubt. Love that they've gotten after it on the defensive end. Just continue to put pressure on.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. Corey Joseph is out there with Lance Stevenson. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic. Then there's Trevor Booker. And it's Sabonis in at the 4.
I think if you think about the Pacers in the last decade and the value they have found in the draft, right? Danny Granger gets taken at 17th. Roy Hibbert at 17th. Lance Stevenson actually at 40th. Paul George was 10th. Myles Turner 11th. That's a very good track record.
Shooting 2.
No good on that one. And the Pacers trading away draft picks in recent seasons for players like Luis Scola and Doris Thaddeus Young. Given their great draft record, does that surprise you?
Well, I think when you consider their keen eye for rookies and the ability to evaluate talent, it makes you wonder why they've boxed themselves in. Certainly you wonder if that had to do with the pressure to contend.
And the second free throw, good. Indiana leading by 5. And Joseph kicks to Sabonis. Booker a screen on Nance. Baseline J on the way. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
For Indiana, they have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8. Free throw good. Sabonis. Of course, you've talked a bit about leadership, both on and off the floor. What are some of the traits, in your opinion, that make someone a person who would want to follow and the characteristics of a leader?
You know, I'd say someone who prioritizes winning, even at the expense of their own success. That would be the first thing. And then someone who's ultra competitive. Somebody who's available on a night-by-night basis. Somebody who doesn't let a little nick or a bruise impact their availability on a particular night. So unselfishness, competitiveness, and availability are 3 attributes that I love.
And leaders can be followers from time to time, too, don't you think?
Oh, there's no question about it. You have to be willing to be a part of a group, and sometimes that means ceding your leadership position.
Here's Joseph, following the basket by Kevin Love. And here is Joseph. Shoots over Clarkson, and off the front iron, and in it goes. Joseph's got the lead up to 8 now for the Pacers. Stevenson against Hood. Takes the 13-footer, misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far. Dishes it to Joseph. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Outside, Green. Another 3 for Cleveland.
I really admire the presence of mind from Rodney Hood. He's terrific at realizing when one of his teammates is wide open.
And Joseph kicks to Bogdanovic. Now the pass to Sabonis. On the wing, Booker. Nance with some nice D.
The only way he doesn't finish is if the defense gets in his face. Nice job.
Love with the screen for Clarkson. And the wide open shot from Green. Again, the miss by Green. Indiana leading by 5. Joseph, the pass to Stevenson. Here's Bogdanovic in the hoop for his 3rd make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Well, Bogdanovic looking so comfortable close to the rim, just extends past the defense beautifully.
Hood dishes to Clarkson. Bogdanovic grabs the miss.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
Now here's Joseph. It's stolen by Nance. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way.
And the former Hoya Green, a ranging forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And when you shoot 86 from the line like he did last season, you usually cash in on those opportunities.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good.
And team-wide, they've been terrific from the line here. Just one of those nights when the confidence has spread from one player to the next.
And Indiana making a change here. Young's checked in. And both free throws good for Green. Pacers leading by 5. And Joseph kicks to Booker. Young, a screen on Nance. Here's Booker. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, Well, Trevor Booker constantly looking to score. The defense has a tough time matching his intensity.
Pacers have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. And the first one at the line is good.
Well, I think you have to like the skill set of Trevor Booker. This is a guy who knows his role well and plays within himself. He's shown himself to be a capable big guy.
Both free throws good from Booker.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Love with the screen for Clarkson. And here's Green outside. Pacers with the rebound. Stevenson passes to Joseph. On the wing, Stevenson. He's covered by Clarkson. Shot from free throw range. There's the call on Trevor Booker. That is his first foul of the game.
In the mid-range. Rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. LeBron's checked in for Nance. Smith comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Korver in for Clarkson. And a change for the Pacers. Oladipo's checked in. Here's Love. James on the follow. James has got 8 points.
Amazing persistence from LeBron James. This guy does not quit on the glass.
Screen by Young. And J.R. Smith picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Well, you think back to Nate McMillan's history, right? An assistant coach with the Pacers for 3 years. They made the unexpected decision to look for a new head coach, and in 2016, they promoted him to that role.
And it's Oladipo with the jam.
Love how Oladipo has a sense for when to go up for the alley-oop. What a sensational sense of timing.
And there's a whistle that goes on Corey Joseph. That is his first foul of the game. The Pacers making a switch here. Sabonis is checked in. It's a pick by Love. Hood kicks to Korver. No good on the three.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Here's Oladipo, and it's Oladipo with the jam.
Boy, this is why Oladipo is becoming a tough cover. Even on the drive, he's able to power shots in past the defense.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Well, I think they've got to ramp up the pressure. There's no excuse for letting them score at will in the paint. Make them feel you.
Now here's James. He's got 8. Smith outside. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Pacers leading by 11. There's the feed to Young. Sabonis kicks to Joseph. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Now Korver. He's got 5. He kicks it to LeBron. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And Kyle Korver, one of the league's all-time great shooters, still holds the single-season mark for three-point percentage at over 53%. He did that back in 2010.
Well, Kev, his floor spacing ability with that three-pointer is just so crucial to the team's success. This guy draws so much defensive attention, and think about it. An open three might as well be a layup for this guy.
2 shots.
Free throw good. James.
Well, you guys know LeBron James relishes every chance he gets from the foul line, and usually he'll knock him down.
Bogdanovic, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. And he makes both free throws. Pacers leading by 9. And Joseph kicks to Oladipo. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
Boy, Oladipo with that burst of speed elevates high off the drive to finish with authority.
Korver dishes to Hood. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, the 6'8" lefty, Rodney Hood, such a shifty guy with the ball in his hands. Boy, does he use that hesitation to get where he wants.
And from his time at Duke, we knew Rodney Hood could shoot with range. Doris, did you realize how well he could handle the ball?
Well, as much as I like his ability to create, I love how he protects the basketball. This guy is a low turnover guy.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Hood.
I think we know this about Rodney Hood, Kev. He will play hard on both ends of the floor, and he's a lethal shooter from range.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Indiana leading by 9. Oladipo outside. Joseph with the ball. He's picked up by LeBron. Launches a 3. And there's Oladipo on the assist from Joseph. And that's now 18 points for Victor Oladipo. James kicks to Smith. LeBron outside. Teardrop shot for 3. Smith, no luck.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
Oladipo sets the screen for Joseph. Screen by Young. Down low and stolen by Love. Smith against Bogdanovic. Smith the pass to LeBron. 13 feet away. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. James has got 6 points in the quarter.
After a shaky start, boy, he's found the range. Good second quarter for him.
There's a screen. Here's Joseph. There's the double team with Korver. Off the screen. And there are the Pacers with another bucket.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
On the wing, James. This one on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
You know, LeBron James has been fouled so many times in his career, it doesn't even faze him anymore. There is no stopping this guy.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
Free throw good, James.
Well, Cavs coach Tyronn Lue grew up in the small town of Mexico, Missouri. He saw it all at a young age, good and bad.
Now, here's Bogdanovic. He has 7. Young in the corner. They set the pick. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on LeBron James.
Well, Young is used to taking punishment. This guy is especially effective inside.
The Pacers have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. The first one falls. He's perfect from the line this time. Here's LeBron. He's got 15. And the Cavaliers call time here. Outside Hood. It's a pick by Love. Here's the three. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 3 assists in the game. Pacers leading by 8. Young, right side. Pass to Sabonis. Screen by Young. And Joseph kicks to Young. Another miss by Young. Cleveland's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Again, Love missing.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
Bogdanovic passes to Sabonis. Back to Bogdanovic. Young sets a screen for Bogdanovic. The kick out to Young. A three-pointer is right on target. Young's got 5 points in the quarter.
Kev, no hesitation whatsoever from Thaddeus Young. Just pulls the trigger immediately. I think you could see early on that he was really with a rhythm and flow tonight, and now he's really starting to take off.
Now here's Joseph. Oladipo dishes to Joseph. And Indiana, another 3.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Screen by Smith. Korver kicks to Smith beyond the arc. The Pacers pull it in. 1:39 left to play here in the second quarter. No coverage that time. 8 points for Joseph.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
LeBron passes to Hood. Over Oladipo. Hood can't get it to go.
Well, he gets the separation he needs. You can't say the same for his aim, though.
And Bogdanovic kicks to Oladipo. Feeds it to Bogdanovic. Oladipo goes in.
I'll tell you, when Oladipo starts to percolate, he is really tough to get out of rhythm. How about his scoring right now?
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Screen by Smith. They need this. And it's Smith again missing.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
And stolen by Love. Smith with it, now guarded by Bogdanovic. Here's Korver for 3, and the rebound goes to the Pacers. Bogdanovic has got his 3rd rebound tonight.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Oladipo sets the screen for Joseph. Young, a screen on Love. Shot clock at 5. Sabonis kicks to Bogdanovic. Fires from deep. And the Pacers another 3.
And when you're on the road, this is how you silence the crowd. Tremendous all-around play.
And it's not easy building a lead like this on the road, Greg, but they have been lights out throughout this game.
And so it's Indiana controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks a lot. LeBron, you're doing well, but the rest of the team's kind of struggling offensively. What are they doing to take everybody else away?
They're doing a good job of keeping the ball in front of them, just contesting our shots. We got to continue to move the ball from one side to another and get some good looks. But when we get them looks, we got to knock them down as well.
We'll see if they fall in the second half, LeBron. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports
Welcome
Halftime
back,
Show.
folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to break down all the action from the first half. Victor Oladipo putting in some incredible work. He had 20 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. Coming off an outstanding game last time out, it doesn't look like he's lost any of that momentum here tonight. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
They have run their offense straight out of a coach's textbook tonight. Both ball and player movement have been excellent. And the result of all that movement, almost all high-quality shots they're generating. It's pretty to watch. Very good fundamental basketball.
Looking at Cleveland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, they gave up too many good looks. You look at the field goal percentage against them, this tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively, not enough disruption, Ernie. Like Kenny disrupts me all the time, not enough disruption.
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
Welcome back, folks. So much to do here in downtown Cleveland and East 4th Street, right in the heart of it all. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here. And it's the Cavaliers with the ball. LeBron and Love, the 2 stars at the 4 and the 5. Calderon is out there with Kyle Korver. And it's Smith in at the 3 slot. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. And a fast break now for the Pacers. Here's Bogdanovic. The putback. Rebound by Smith. The Cavaliers trail by 20. Korver with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovic. Korver dishes to Smith. Over Oladipo. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. 12 points for Smith.
Oh, guys, it doesn't matter if the defense gets a hand in his face or not. He's still able to bury those shots. Just a special, special player.
Boy, guys, such a rare combination, right? A great shot blocker who can also make threes. And if you think back to that 2015 draft, 3 kinds of those players entered the league. Karl Anthony Towns, Kristaps Porzingis, and this guy, Myles Turner.
It's his first trip to the line.
And converted more than 4 out of every 5 free throw attempts last year. So just solid at the line.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. And you talk to us about a stretch 5. Myles Turner already a knockdown shooter from long range.
Well, it's incredible at his size to be that smooth, that quick, and that high with his release. Your eyes are not lying. That's a 7-footer with a gorgeous shooting stroke.
Both free throws good from Turner.
Well, the athleticism that Myles Turner brings to the center spot is quite remarkable. This guy, an exceptional player on both sides of the floor.
Here's LeBron. Here's Love. And the layup's good off the glass. Love's got 7.
Well, so rewarding for a player to beat everybody to the basketball and convert that second chance bucket.
And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Young against James. Calderon sets a screen for James. Screen by Smith. Calderon kicks to LeBron. Cleveland moving it around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Collison. Turner up top. Lots of room. The shot's good. Collison making the play. 6 points for Myles Turner.
Well, you just love how Myles Turner goes right up with it, right? No hesitation, catch and shoot.
Kicks it to Love. They get it again. Smith's shot is good.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I'll tell you, if you don't box out well, expect to get burned. You can't afford to give them second chance opportunities. I don't like their energy level since the break, right? They've missed 3 of their first 4 shots.
And it's Korver off the drive. Count it, good. LeBron's got 19 points.
And LeBron James showing no signs of slowing up anytime soon, scoring with ease.
There's the screen. Here's Bogdanovic, and there are the Pacers with another bucket.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, you've got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
Timeout called, Cleveland. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. For 3, Smith. And Oladipo pulls it down. Pacers leading by 18. Here's Bogdanovic. It's hauled in by LeBron. James has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. He feeds it to Calderon. Pass to Smith. Love with the screen on Bogdanovic. Just 4 to shoot. And that one goes long.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Love.
Yeah, you go for the steal, but at least you do get the deflection.
Well, Greg, you make them reset their offense, right? It's disrupting their rhythm.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Cans it from downtown. And that's 13 points for Thaddeus Young.
I'll tell you, you got to love the way Thaddeus Young can stretch the defense with the long-distance shot. No hesitation, total confidence.
Smith's shot is good.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
Oladipo outside. There's the dish to Young. Again, Young missing.
Boy, what a tough night. Imagine what their lead would be if he were having a better night from the field.
No good from LeBron.
He's having a tough quarter, scoring the basketball, unable to help them close this gap.
And Oladipo kicks to Young. James against Young. And here's Korver from the arc. Good, and the assist goes to James. Korver's got 8 points.
Well, this is Korver's game, right? A phenomenal catch-and-shoot player. You know he's ready to fire on the catch.
And Oladipo, here we go. Here's Young. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. This will make 4 trips to the line so far in the game.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. All free throws good from Thaddeus Young.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Calderon kicks to Smith, and J.R. Smith picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Oh, great defense. They anticipated the play and got there first.
Indiana leading by 17. Young outside, passes to Turner. Screen by Young. Turner dishes to Collison. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner. 10 points for Collison. Cleveland's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Screen by Smith, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
The turnover total in the first half, only 1, but a totally different story here in the second.
Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Collison kicks to Turner. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, Myles Turner can carve space. Don't let that lean frame fool you. He can get inside and score deep.
And Myles Turner, Doris, one of the league's best shot blockers.
He really is, Kev. Top 5 in that category starting in his 2nd season. The quickness and long arms give him all the necessary tools.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
Turner no good on the free throw.
Well, I'll tell you, for a long time, the reputation of J.R. Smith, not ideal. But, you know, a little bit of poor decision-making, unfocused defensively. He's really matured. He's gotten better on and off the court.
And the foul on Myles Turner. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Cavaliers call time here. And J.R. Smith, a natural offensively, but Doris's defense has come a long way too.
Amazing what winning titles can do. You start to appreciate what it takes to be successful. And you go back to his offense, though. A very good three-point shooter, even under great defensive pressure.
Calderon kicks to James. Over Young. Out to Smith. Outside Korver. Calderon against Collison. 5 on the clock. And here's Korver from the arc, from beyond the arc, and then some. Korver's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Cavs. Timeout called the Pacers. Sabonis, he's checked in for the Pacers. Here's Collison. He's got 10. Oladipo outside. They set the pick. Here's Sabonis. Indiana again missing. The Cavaliers trail by 18. Here is Calderon. He has 5. Love, no good.
Boy, he's so used to having a hand in his face that I think it caught him off guard to be that wide open.
And Bogdanovic kicks to Sabonis. Indiana moving it around. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. It's good. Calderon's got 7 points.
I'll tell you, Calderon is so good at getting his body set to face up on that catch and shoot. He makes that look so easy.
Bogdanovic passes to Sabonis. Collison gets a wide open look. Great positioning on the putback. He's got 9.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Calderon dishes to Smith. Misses the 3. Pacers leading by 18. To the middle, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And it's Smith again missing.
An obvious blunder by the defense that they get away with. Somebody's supposed to be checking him.
And Oladipo kicks to Collison. Hits the three-point bomb.
Guys, listen, the defense was totally invisible on that three-point attempt. Nobody even in his zip code.
Smith outside. It's a pick by Love. Love with the screen for Korver. He dishes it to James. It's a pick by Love. LeBron is doubled. 5 to shoot. Smith with it, and Young picks him up defensively. Smith, no good.
Yeah, affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
Collison, the pass to Bogdanovic. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
Lined it up and knocked it down. His 2nd triple tonight.
Cleveland's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
Well, just loses his head for a moment. That's not overthinking. That's just not thinking.
The Pacers making a change here. Stevenson's checked in. And here are the Pacers now. They're on a 14-5 run. Screen by Young. They set the pick. Here's Collison. The shot misses. So Cleveland will take it the other way. Dishes it to Calderon. Just 5 to shoot. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Darren Collison.
You know, you have to remember in 2009, Jose Calderon is the guy who set the record for free throw percentage in a season, over 98%. Hey, that may never be topped.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. That's good from Calderon. Nancy's checked in for Cleveland. Corey Joseph's checked in for Indiana. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Pacers leading by 22. Screen by Young. There's the double team with Korver. And Joseph kicks to Sabonis. Stevenson outside. 6 on the shot clock. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
Boy, the mid-range becomes slightly more difficult when the defense is as active as they are there.
From deep, James. Pacers with the rebound.
He's trying to make something happen, but obviously been a tough quarter.
Offensive rebound. Oladipo, good.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
LeBron kicks to Smith. Smith sets the pick for LeBron. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, we know every game LeBron is going to find his way to the line just from his aggressive style.
Nice work at the line so far, going 5 for 5. Free throw good, LeBron. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Jose Calderon. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Indiana leading by 23. Stevenson dishes to Joseph. Shot from 16, and Stevenson, the bucket on the assist from Joseph. Stevenson's got 7 points. 1:31 left to play in the third. Can't complete the alley-oop. Indiana's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. And Joseph kicks to Sabonis. Young sets a screen for Stevenson. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. He's got 9.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Smith inside. He's guarded by Stevenson, and it's good for 2. Smith's got 9 points in the quarter, and it's the Pacers' ball. They're on a 14-5 run here. They set the screen. Here's Stevenson. The rebound by Nance.
Maybe not that time, but he'll hit more than his share if he's left open.
LeBron James on the wing. Nance sets a screen for LeBron. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two. Free throw line numbers for him, 6 of 7.
And a lot of his points coming by way of the free throw.
Free throw good, LeBron. Jeff Green is checked in for the Cavaliers. Rodney Hood comes in for Kyle Korver. The Pacers also with a sub. Booker, he's checked in for Young. And both free throws good for LeBron. Pacers leading by 23. And Joseph kicks to Sabonis. And the foul on Larry Nance Jr. That'll be his second foul of the game. .23 seconds left to play in the third. And Joseph kicks to Oladipo. Shot clock at 6. Over Hood, and that one hits back iron. James outside. Poked loose and stolen by Booker. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Indiana out in front, running away with it. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. On the court for Indiana, we've got Bogdanovic, Booker out there with Sabonis. Then it's Corey Joseph, and it's Stevenson in at the 2 spot. Bogdanovic against Nance. And Bogdanovic kicks to Booker. Outside, Green. And the pass to Clarkson. Now the feed to James. Makes it off the glass. James has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Cleveland.
Who attracts more defensive attention than LeBron James? My goodness, inside, so hard to guard.
Pass to Joseph. Here's the screen, and Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. On the wing, Stevenson. Covered by LeBron. 4 on the clock. Hood comes in with the double team. And the Pacers with possession here. 3 on the clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Bogdanovic, no luck. The Cavaliers trail by 21. LeBron kicks to Green. Back to James. A leaner. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
And the first one drops. Both good from the line that time. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. And Joseph kicks to Stevenson. Bogdanovic against Green. Booker. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two. And one of those lunch pail players. You love him, Greg. Trevor Booker out of Clemson.
Just hard-nosed, gets on the glass, and although only 6'8", he gets off his feet quickly. A terrific leaper and just one of those ultra competitive guys.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
No good on that one.
Yeah, there's no doubting over the last season or so, Trevor Booker has shown he can be a starting caliber power forward in this league. This guy's tough inside. He can make threes. Look out.
Good on the second free throw. And the knock on Trevor Booker, Doris, is that at 6'8", he's considered undersized at that power forward position.
Well, Kev, thanks to the success of someone like Draymond Green, I think teams these days are more focused on skill at the 4 than size. And now that Booker has expanded his range, he's certainly a guy who increasingly fits in the way the game is played. And when he plays with that kind of attacking basketball, almost impossible to stop near the rim.
Free throw good, James. Pacers leading by 17. And Joseph kicks to Bogdanovic. Booker is screen on Green. Here's Bogdanovic. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good.
Well, that's Bogdanovic making great use of the pick and roll. Fantastic at exploiting whatever the defense delivers to him.
Clarkson kicks to Hood. There's the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Stevenson outside. There's the pick. It's stolen by Green. He kicks it to Clarkson. It's deflected.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Stevenson can't hit.
He had a make from downtown in the first half, but no threes since then.
Hood kicks to Clarkson. From deep, Green. The putback. The shot, no good. So Indiana will take it the other way. And it's Joseph in the corner. Takes the 3. Nance with the rebound. Nance has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Hood can't get it to go.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
And a refined offensive skill set for the Croatian Bogdanovic.
Well, Bojan, his three-point shot, obviously a big part of his game. He can really heat it up from the perimeter. On any given night, this guy can go for 40.
And you see Bogdanovic, 6'8", at times listed at shooting guard. GA, is he a 2?
No. If anything, I think he's often better defending power forwards than he is against the wings, in part because you're not going to look to post that position in the way the game is played today. This guy is skilled and tough, but doesn't have the great foot speed defensively, so I think that's to his advantage to guard those guys.
First one falls for him.
And guys, Bogdanovic, the former second-round pick, has really found his place in the NBA. This guy is an effective shooter from just about anywhere.
Love's check in for Cleveland. And so he makes both from the line. The Cavaliers trail by 18. Clarkson with the ball. Goes up off the pick. Whoa!
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. And that replay sponsored by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Love with the screen for Clarkson. Shot clock at 5. Here's Green. It's rebounded by Indiana. Sabonis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. And Joseph kicks to Sabonis. There's the pick. Feeds to Booker. Baseline try. The Cavaliers pull it in. Nance has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Hood, the pass to Clarkson. Stevenson against Hood. Good D by Stevenson.
Boy, just enough defensive attention to throw that shot off target.
Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
I'll tell you, good work to pound it down low and finish in tight.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
It's a pick by Love. Clarkson against Joseph. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Boy, in the second half, just hitting a much higher percentage of his shots. Really looks composed now.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Smith checked in for Nance. And it's Calderon in for Rodney Hood. In Indiana with a change here, too. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Booker.
One shot.
And that one misses. Pacers leading by 16. Joseph dishes to Bogdanovic. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
Kev, you love the strong shooting of Bogdanovic, a polished player with a scorer's mentality.
Clarkson kicks to Green. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
It's hard to believe that he's a point guard. I mean, he can power those dunks down as well as any big man in the league.
If not better. He's a phenomenal finisher.
And obviously makes him very difficult to defend because he can fly right over you.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Bogdanovic. A different look now for Cleveland. James comes in for Green, and it's Korver in for Clarkson. Indiana also making some changes. Turner's checked in for Sabonis. Young comes in for Lance Stevenson, and it's Collison in for Corey Joseph. Both shots good from the stripe. Now here's LeBron. Kicks to Love. Korver a screen on Turner. Back to LeBron. From deep. That falls. Great assist by Love. 32 points for LeBron.
He has certainly done his part this period. Just needs to get a little more help from his teammates.
Collison, the pass to Oladipo. It's stolen by Korver. He feeds it to Calderon. Love outside. And the Cavaliers getting another bucket right there.
Just nice ball movement there to create that shot. Calderon with the dime.
Collison kicks to Oladipo. Oladipo sets the screen for Bogdanovic. Right side Turner. It's good. And the Pacers lead by 15.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
And it's Smith missing.
Boy, for a capable three-point shooter, that's one he expects to make.
Collison kicks to Oladipo. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Love. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
Yeah, and luckily they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from Oladipo.
Well, the versatility of Victor Oladipo is fantastic. This is a clever guard who plays his heart out on both ends of the floor.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Sabonis, he's checked in for Myles Turner. Lance Stevenson comes in for Bogdanovic. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Darren Collison. Oladipo hits them both. The Cavaliers trail by 17. To the paint, here's Calderon. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
Come on now, for a guy who earns his keep from long range, that's just too easy for Calderon.
And Oladipo kicks to Joseph. And Oladipo, here we go. That one goes in. Oladipo's got 26.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
I'll tell you, he's relentless right now. He's going straight at the defense and knocking down a lot of shots in this quarter.
Young against LeBron. Young with the steal. And now the fast break. Stevenson with the ball. Green with the rebound. Cleveland's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. James misses. Pacers leading by 17. Stevenson kicks to Young. There's the pick. Shoots off the screen. Count the basket.
Well, fantastic shooting. A guy who drains these mid-range jumpers consistently. Thaddeus Young feeling good right now.
Calderon kicks to LeBron. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And the first one drops. Bogdanovic is checked in for Lance Stevenson. And both free throws good for James.
Really getting after the defense since the break. He's so hard to keep off the line when he pushes the action.
And Oladipo kicks to Bogdanovic. They set the pick. Pass to Sabonis. Over LeBron. Here's Oladipo. The shot misses. Great D that time from James. Joseph against Calderon. The dish to Green. James outside. Pass to Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Bangs home the trifecta. Smith's got 22 points.
And you can see where they're attacking here in the fourth, strictly from the perimeter.
Well, they've got the green light to pull the trigger from 3, and I'll tell you, they've put it to good use here.
Oladipo dishes to Bogdanovic, and Young kicks to Joseph. Over LeBron. Kept alive by Indiana.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, starting to look like it's taking its toll mentally. He doesn't look like himself.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
Dishes it to Young. Here's Sabonis, guarded by Green. Sabonis kicks to Joseph. 1:19 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Sabonis. Tries again. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Indiana.
They enjoyed a big boost from the strong play of their bench.
The subs came in and did their job. Those points off the bench were key to their victory.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Victor Oladipo.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
He dishes it to Bogdanovic. Screened by Young. On its way from Oladipo for 2. Korver with the defensive effort. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Smith kicks to James. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
One shot.
Free throw good, LeBron. There's 14 seconds left in the game. Oladipo against Clarkson. Oladipo outside. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that about wraps it up. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.